Hey cupcakes, it's Mushroom, and I missed you all so much. Today we're back on arksurvivalascended, and we're doing a fun one. We're going to be talking about Ark Obsessions. We all have them, whether or not we admit it. When you're conquering the Arks, every survivor needs a way to keep the game fun. How do you spend your time on the Arks? Or even better, what kind of a survivor are you? One we all want in our tribe, or dung beetle food? After playing Ark for all these years, we all have our own special ways to pass the time. We are rating the common Ark Obsessions and putting your pastime to the test. The grades are from A, Star Tribemate, all the way down to F, Dung Beetle Food. As usual, this is all for fun, and of course, every single one of you lovely members of the Mushroom Party will always be welcome in my tribe. Let's get started with our first obsession. The survivor obsessed with stealing and raising every wyvern egg you see. This also goes for drakes, as well as magmaspore. We've all flown over a base and felt your frame rate immediately drop, just to look down and find a tribe with a yard absolutely full of drakes, wyverns, and all sorts of apex flying mounts. These are typically the people who manage to find 190 eggs on the first day the servers drop. And the good ones always seem to have milk to spare for others, as well as an open wyvern trap for others to use. These lovely survivors are definitely rated an A for All-Star Tribemate. Our next obsession is kind of polarizing, raiding. My PvP survivors, if raiding is your favorite pastime, you are either the funnest member of the tribe or the most toxic member. You're always scouting around the map with a parasaur looking for new targets, and when you're not doing that, you're pumping out loads of C4 and charcoal. You're a take charge kind of survivor, and you're not afraid to make enemies when you're trying to have some fun. Not only are you talking the talk, but you're walking the walk, and I admire that. However, you end up causing our base to be raided, and you're going to get a B. Always welcome in my alliance. Our third survivor obsession is one you come across very often in PvE, the survivor addicted to building. These are the tribe mates that won't rest until you have the coolest buildings. Whether that's through inspiration from YouTube, or their own trial and error, their bases will always be the talk of the server. Sometimes looking realistic, and sometimes being something entirely their own. They're always the ones spending hours grinding the building materials and won't rest until their creation is perfect. But oftentimes, these survivors won't just stop at one, and you'll end up getting way more bases and outposts and really space than you need. But hey, you'll always be the talk of the server. The building addiction in PvP is much more serious, as a well-built and fortified base is the most important key to survival. And a survivor that takes the time to know the craft and build fantastic bases is always going to be recruited really quickly to big tribes. And when these survivors are in your tribe, you know that they won't stop until the base is fully perfect and protected. Obsession number 3 is a definite A, an all-star tribemate, and needed whether or not it's PvP or PvE. Our fifth obsession is one mostly found in PvE. I like to call these robust survivors the Landlords of Work. The survivors obsessed with claiming land. When you fly over open parts of the map and notice for once the lag has finally simmered down and you're not blue screening, you can thank the dedicated survivor who managed to pillar the entire area. This is most important in resource-rich areas as it ensures no one destroys the spawns of the precious resources, as well as the spawns for rare creatures. However, these survivors are not always very popular, with many newer players getting quite frustrated when it gets difficult to find open spots to build on beaches as well as spawn points. In most of the public servers that I've played on, these survivors are always the first person to lend a new survivor a hand in finding a nice spot to live. It's difficult to rank these survivors, but I feel they are truly needed in a lot of PvE servers. So they're going to get a solid C. See you on the server, friend. Now on to our sixth obsession, base carting. It's a tough one, but I'm including it as it seems to be the most common on a new map coming to arksurvivalascended, Extinction, dropping in December. This is most common on PvE, and can be devastating for new tribes and established tribes alike. In my experience, you most commonly see survivors carting corrupted creatures to your base. These creatures come in from the wastelands, with the most devastating being the corrupted wyvern, which can destroy most types of structures. Teams left on passive can be an easy kill for these creatures. Base carting can be done by enemies, but it's usually just a bored survivor that wants to cause chaos on the server. It can be countered by putting up turrets, especially if you're living in the city on extinction. But they are late game and keeping them supplied with bullets is expensive. There's never an excuse to cart someone's base unprovoked, and that's why these survivors get a grade of F, dung beetle food. Our 7th obsession holds your tribe together. But first, I wanted to thank you for watching this far, and if you enjoy the content, don't forget to cart a wyvern to the like button space, and subscribe to join the mushroom party on our little adventure through the arcs. The like button space may be destroyed, but our next survivor will always ensure your base is stocked up and prepared for anything. The material grinder. The survivor obsessed with grinding materials. The grinder tribe mate is the one who always knows the best maps and the best spot on those maps to get resources. They know the most efficient ways to spend their time farming and the exact creatures to get the job done. They're the silent backbones of your tribe, and make sure whatever you need is always available, whether it's ingots, poly, or just someone to chill and vibe with on the arcs. The grinder tribe mate is the silent hero, and today they're getting their roses. It's going to be a grade of A from me. And remember to thank your resource grinders, survivors. Our 8th obsession is one that can cause debates and friction on your server, drop running. Those of you that play public servers know the feeling when a new map drops and everyone is scrambling to get a spot on any server that they'll fit in. The feeling after frantically scrambling to get into a new server and finally getting the loading screen is amazing, and you're ready to start your adventure, along with 70 other survivors. Some of you will immediately get your materials ready and start claiming land, while others get their first team and start hunting for drops. These tribe mates are obsessed with getting you the best blueprints early on, that often can set you up for the rest of the game, especially on maps like Scorched Earth that have easily accessible red drops. However, when 2 survivors go for the same drop, there can most definitely be a fight. The question is, does the drop belong to the person that was there first and waiting for it to land? Or the person that comes after but has quick hands and managed to snatch it first? Let me know in the comments. It really differs who you ask, but one thing I know for sure is I always want to be in an alliance with these survivors, so I can access their blueprints. Because of that, they most definitely get a B. As always, we need an honorable mention before we get to the best obsession on this list. I want to include one more that doesn't quite fit, but I find really adorable. Fishing. I love our little Ark fishermen, the ones that aren't as interested in the grind, or need a break from it and want to enjoy Ark the way Wildcard intended. They are always on the hunt for the next best fishing spot and undoubtedly have the best vibes. And sometimes they manage to snag a very good blueprint. Our last obsession is one of the backbones of every tribe. They're the tribe mate that pushes you through boss battles and ensures that you're ready to tackle anything the Arks have to throw at you. The survivor obsessed with top stats. These are the survivors that are on a mission to get every top stat available in the game, whether it be boss destroying Rexes, ultra powerful Gigas, or even just high stamina horses. Only the best for their tribe. These survivors often have your breeding house completely full and are constantly in need of a meat run. They're the best at handling trades and always have deals on the go. These tribe mates are known on the server and always seem to have whatever creature you're looking for. But if you're not in their tribe, then you better be ready to pay up if you want the best of the best. These survivors are always needed in a tribe and no doubt get an A, top tier tribe mate. It's been so much fun hanging out with you guys again. I'm so glad you're all here. Remember to like and subscribe to join the mushroom party. And until next time, stay fresh, cupcakes.